My name is Dennis Feeney. I work for the Community Services Consortium in Corvallis, Oregon. I'm a weatherization instructor. We recently became a BPI affiliate. It's been a real challenge, but it's also been really rewarding to be able to offer that certification to our students. How I got involved in this industry is my background is in environmental science. I went to school for environmental science. I did environmental consulting on the East Coast for British Petroleum. I worked for a major consulting firm for BP, and so we handled their environmental liability. So I was always at gas stations, at terminals, cleaning up messes for BP. So I was mitigating their externalities. And I did that for about 5 years, and I realized that I wanted to travel. So I went up to Alaska, and I just kind of loved the West Coast. And then I got a job at OSU. I was working for the College of Forestry there, studying clear-cutting impacts. And so there I was doing science to rationalize the status quo of forestry. And so I was pretty much working all post-college kind of against my own ethics. And so I was working to help these big companies do the work that they do. And I started to realize that energy was the main driver for all these externalities that we face as a society. So I realized I kind of need to go back to school to kind of learn about energy, and I wanted to learn more about solar power and energy efficiency. And so I went back to school for a year and took a lot of physics classes and really loved it. And then because I was unemployed after school that year, I was able to get into a class, like an entry-level shell tech class, and that's where I met Jerry. And so I got hired on at that point at the CSC. And I originally applied for a weatherization technician position, and thankfully I didn't get that. I got this project instructor position. And so it's really been an amazing transition. They've spent thousands of dollars training me, and I get to meet wonderful people like yourselves. And so that's kind of my background. We started the class on Monday, and I was immediately impressed with the people that were in the room, the fellow professionals that bought this curriculum, and they're super knowledgeable, and so it obviously went above and beyond what I was expecting. I definitely learned a lot about presenting, about actual. As far as using the curriculum, I had already used it for a bunch of trainings, so I'm pretty familiar with the basic uses, how to log in, how to get your students signed up. But as far as actually presenting it and being a better orator and speaker, I really learned a lot about that. Well, one of the biggest things I'll take back is the fact that there are a lot of passionate people out there working in this industry, and it's a lot of times you're in your own little bubble and you don't think that that there are other people out there as passionate as you are at helping homeowners save energy, at dealing with health and safety. And just coming to a place like this and meeting so many great people was really kind of empowering and affirming, to be in this industry right now. Prior to Saturn, I've done all my schoolwork has been with a teacher, so it hasn't really been online. It's been the first time I've used this sort of online format, and it helps our students immensely to give them that access where they're able to go through it on their own time and at their own pace. Really helps, because we could give them access on a Friday, and they have the weekend to kind of go through the first few modules. They can take their quizzes, and then be prepared to talk about these things on Monday. So I think it's a really valuable tool.